For as long as I can remember, I have always had some recollection of who the Beatles were. Composed of four men with an amazing talent and a love that they all shared: music. In the year of 1964, Paul McCartney, John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr became the most famous men on the planet. Thousands of fans all around the world. The Beatles' success is tied up with their timing, talent, attitude, and placement. The timing started with being born during World War II. This meant that when the band broke through, the baby boomer generation were teenagers, so they had a huge fan base. In our latest novel, The Outsiders, the Socias, a gang of rich teens, were a part of this fan base. They often dressed similar and had their hair the same as well. The Beatles wrote songs to speak to their main audience, teenagers. The song, I Get By With a Little Help from My Friends, reminds me a lot of the Socias, because the Socias are a gang, always with their friends, always helping each other out. In the first lyrics of the song it says,
"What would you think if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key."
I think what they are saying in this line is, friends are not supposed to be judgmental or get mad at you for making mistakes. So as a friend, I'll do my best to make you happy, but I'm not perfect, so I will make mistakes. And if you're a real friend, then you won't walk out on me. In the next line it says,
"Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends."
there are hundreds of people all over the world that don't have families, and some of them depend on their friends to get by. Yes, the Socias seem to have everything on the outside, but they are truly just as lost. Here comes the saying, you always want what you don't have. The Socias seem to have everything on the outside, but that's only material items. Whereas the Greasers look like they have nothing on the outside, but are really happier with what they have. They have their friends, and that's all they really need. So the Socias have everything, and the Greasers have nothing, but they still both turn to their friends for guidance when family isn't enough. The other line that spoke to me was,
Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love.
this also reminded me of the Socias because they have everything they need when it comes to material items, but when it comes to someone to love, they don't really have anyone. Yeah, sure, they have girlfriends and friends, but when they get home at night, they don't have anyone. Their parents try to give them everything to make them happy, but you can't buy love or happiness. All these kids were asking for was for their parents to guide them and give them a little love. This book just shows that no matter how much or how little you have, everyone has their own problems, and even though it may seem like you are an outsider to everyone else, they are just as much of an outsider as you. Before you call someone a snob or ugly or make fun of their clothes, just remember that there is always a reason behind someone's behavior, and most of the time it's a reason that no one knows. Importance shouldn't be measured by how much money you have or how expensive your car is or how many ribbons you have. Because when it all comes down to it, we are all the same and we are all outsiders in some way.